Four news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, some Ethiopian ministers met in Adama, Oromia today. They announced three more languages will be used as federal working languages apart from the Amharic language. Is Tigrinya one of these three languages or not? Secondly, viewers, we have a new story from Afar region where at least 5 Eritrean refugees have been killed in an attack by unknown gunmen who killed these Eritrean refugees in Afar. UNHCR has released a statement. If you remember, 2 days ago, I reported that aid agencies, Ethiopian government of warring factions must focus on three areas: Birhale, Sikota, and Mesabre. The 5 persons have been killed reportedly in Birhale, viewers. Thirdly, some locals protested against Oromo Liberation Army in West Shiva zone of Oromia. We have some picture for you. Why did the locals protest there? And lastly, we have a video clip for you from Brussels, where Tigrians held a protest. How did they protest there? We have a video clip for you. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian government is going to add 3 more languages as federal working languages. So apart from the Amharic language, now 3 other languages will be used for official communications, official correspondence. Today, Ethiopian ministers met in Adama, Oromia. Kajala Mardasa, who is from a breakaway faction of Oromo Liberation Front, is working as Minister of Culture and Sports. He was there. Then Varknesh Bero, State Minister for Language, was also there, and some other participants. They held a meeting and they have announced that studies have been completed. Necessary translations have been completed as well. And Ethiopia is going to start using 3 more languages as official working languages apart from the Amharic language. The 3 languages are firstly Oromo, secondly Somali language, and thirdly Afar language. No mention of Tigrinya. They say that work is still underway to decide whether Tigrinya will be used as an official working language or not. Now, how many Afars live in Ethiopia and how many Tigrayans live in Ethiopia? I think population of Tigrayans is more than that of Afars. Somali and Tigrinya and Tigrayan population is almost equal. Yes, Oromos are much larger in number, Amharas as well. So Ethiopian government is going to use Afar language as official working language, not Tigrinya. Somali language as federal working language, not a Tigrinya. Why is that Ethiopian government keeps on creating controversies? Tigray is part of Ethiopia. Tigray is not part of some other country. It's part of Ethiopia. Yes, there are problems. But if you keep on making such reckless decisions, such irresponsible decisions, it will create further divisions between Tigray and Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government has been arresting them en masse. They are still in custody, thousands of them. Now you are using 3 languages as federal languages, not Tigrinya. Ethiopian government must review this decision. Tigrayans are more in number than Afars. Obviously, they'll they would be very justified in saying that Tigrayans are being sidelined in Ethiopia. Secondly, viewers, I reported in a previous video that three areas need the attention of aid agencies and government authorities and warring factions: Birhale, Sikota, and Mesabre. We have an unfortunate news from one of these three places. Birhale, viewers. In Birhale, there was a refugee camp of Eritrean refugees who were displaced from Tigray. Some of them were in Birhale, some were in Afdira in Afar. UNHCR, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, says that it interviewed some Eritrean refugees who fled Birhale and they reached Samra, Afar. In Samra, UNHCR interviewed these refugees who had fled the fighting in Birhale. We know that fighting is going on in Birhale between Tigray fighters and Afar militias and Afar forces. The displaced Eritrean refugees say that on the 3rd of February, this month, on the 3rd of February, some unknown gunmen attacked Eritrean refugee camp in Birhale. The gunmen stole the belongings of the people. They kidnapped women, several of them, and they killed at least 5 Eritrean refugees at the camp in Birhale. This is being claimed by UNHCR, not by Ethiopian government. UNHCR is not naming anybody. It's not naming any group. But obviously fingers will be pointed at Tigray fighters because they have been accused in the past as well by UN aid agencies of carrying out attacks on a refugee camp in Mesabre. Now an attack on a refugee camp in Birhale. Tigray government must make it clear, did its fighters attack this refugee camp or not? Who killed these innocent Eritrean refugees? No one owns these refugees, neither Eritrea nor Ethiopia. Tigray does not own them as well. After the war, Tigray is not owning them. I am saying it openly that refugees have been displaced from Tigray. They are going through a bad time in Tigray. They are facing attacks in Tigray. And even outside Tigray, in Birhale, they came under attack. Who is owning them? Just UN aid agencies, which people say are controversial. They are biased. Just these aid agencies are calling for justice. They are speaking on behalf of these poor refugees who are the worst victims of this war. Tigray government must make it clear, did its fighters attack Birhale? Did its fighters attack a refugee camp in Birhale or not? Thirdly, viewers, West Shiva zone of Oromia region where Oromo Liberation Army has been operating. We know that here today locals protested against Oromo Liberation Army. You can see some pictures on your screen. Zone is West Shiva zone. District is Abuna Ginda Barat district. Here locals protested and they say that Oromo Liberation Army is endangering the lives of civilians. We know that a key road which connects Gojam with Addis Ababa passes through West Shiva, close to West Shiva as well. This road has been under attack. Oromo Liberation Army fighters have carried out several attacks on the truckers which move along this road. And we've seen clashes. Reportedly, Amhara militias are trying to enter. They have entered these places. So that is why locals say that now they are in danger, their lives in danger. On one hand, there is Oromo Liberation Army. On the other hand, Amhara militias, Amhara forces are entering. They want to secure this road. That is why local protested in this district, Abuna, Gindawara today. And lastly, viewers, we know that Tigrayan protested outside EU headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. 2-day summit between African Union and European Union has come to an end. How did Tigrayans protest? Did international community take any notice of this protest? We don't know about the response of international community. We have a video clip for you showing how Tigrayans protested in front of EU headquarters in Brussels, Belgium. Watch this video clip, viewers. Thank you for watching.